I'm Deputy Chief William Griffith, Commander of the Criminal Investigations Group. We are here today to discuss two officer-involved shootings that occurred last week. This marks the 9th and 10th officer-involved shooting this year. I will begin with the incident that occurred on Thursday, August 6th. At approximately 9 a.m., officers responded to a robbery in progress in the parking lot of a business located at 3500 Sunnyvale Street. Investigators determined the victim parked her white Porsche Cayenne outside the business while her 9-year-old daughter remained inside the vehicle. A man, later identified as 39-year-old Renard McFadden, arrived in a stolen F-150, approached the Porsche, threatened the child while indicating he was armed, and ordered her out of the vehicle. The child ran inside the business to alert her mother when the victim confronted McFadden. He again indicated he was armed before stealing the Porsche and fleeing the scene. The Ford 150 was left behind and was later confirmed stolen. The victim provided officers with real-time location information for the stolen Porsche through the vehicle's tracking application. Officers from multiple patrol divisions, covert units, and Air One coordinated to locate the vehicle and safely apprehend the suspect. At approximately 10:10, officers located the stolen Porsche in the 5800 block of Williamstown Road. Uniformed officers initiated a felony traffic stop while a covert officer positioned his unmarked vehicle in front of the Porsche to prevent the suspect from leaving the area. The covert officer exited his vehicle with his department-issued handgun drawn and moved toward a nearby residential yard. Officer Kelsey Rocha fired 4 rounds toward the covert officer and McFadden. Officer Rocha recognized the individual was another Dallas police officer, ceased firing, and can be heard yelling, "Blue, blue." McFadden then exited the stolen Porsche and surrendered without further incident. No officers, the suspect, or members of the public were injured. Investigators recovered a loaded handgun inside the stolen Porsche. Additional evidence recovered from the vehicle is being examined as part of several ongoing violent crime investigations. McFadden is currently charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, robbery, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Detectives are also pursuing additional charges related to other violent offenses under investigation. We will now show you the video of this incident.
Asian.
He black.
What color shirt and pants was he wearing? Dallas 911 house. Are you in need of police, fire, or EMS?
Yes, a man just robbed me and my daughter at the fucking beauty supply house and stole my car. It's a 2014 Porsche Cayenne. 3550 Sunnyvale.
3550 Sunnyvale. What's the name of the place?
It's David's Beauty Salon. And this must be somebody's keys that he stole.
Do you know this guy?
No, I was in the beauty supply house. That's when somebody just stole my fucking car.
Okay, somebody stole your car?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long ago was this?
It's right now.
Okay. What color is your car?
It's white. He's dumb as fuck. It's a fucking Porsche. What the fuck why the fuck did he think he was going?
He black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He black.
What color shirt and pants was he wearing?
White shirt, like blue or black pants. That's why I just went ahead and told her to get out the fucking car.
Okay, so your daughter was in the car?
Yes, like literally, she had came in screaming, "Hi, this is somebody just stole my car."
Did he have a gun on your daughter?
Yes, he is dormed. Yes, both of us. That's why I just got out the car and then just gave him the damn car.
we got it.
They're still in there for another Subaru?
Do it now. I'm blocking in. Do it now.
Hands up!
One stop in progress.
Hands up! Let me see your hands! Blue!
Fire. Do it now.
Hands up!
One stop in progress.
Hands up! Let me see your hands! Blue!
Fire.
The second incident occurred the following morning, Friday, August 7th, at an apartment complex in the 8500 block of Park Lane. At approximately 6:51 a.m., Dallas police received a 911 call regarding a family violence disturbance. The caller reported that 37-year-old Isidro Melo Munoz was armed with a knife and assaulting a woman with whom he had been in a dating relationship. Sergeant John Arnold was the first Dallas police officer to arrive. As Sergeant Arnold entered the apartment complex, a witness flagged him down and directed him toward the disturbance. As Sergeant Arnold approached, he observed Melo Munoz run toward the victim and begin assaulting her. Sergeant Arnold gave Melo Munoz verbal commands but did not comply. Melo Munoz then stabbed the victim multiple times. Melo Munoz ran from the area while armed with a knife, and Sergeant Arnold fired one round toward him. Melo Munoz continued running and escaped from the immediate area. A knife was later recovered along the path he took while fleeing. Dallas Fire Rescue transported the victim to a local hospital with multiple stab wounds. She underwent surgery and was later listed in stable condition. As detectives interviewed the victim and witnesses, they learned the incident began before Sergeant Arnold arrived. Investigators determined Melo Munoz confronted the victim as she was preparing to leave for work. Witnesses reported that Melo Munoz prevented her from leaving and moved her to different areas of the apartment complex while armed with multiple knives. Investigators recovered 3 knives from the scene. Following the shooting, Dallas police deployed additional resources to locate Melo Munoz, including our drone unit and fugitive unit. Detectives obtained an arrest warrant for Melo Munoz for aggravated assault family violence with a deadly weapon. On Saturday, August 8th, Melo Munoz entered a convenience store in the 6700 block of Abrams Road, where he was located and taken into custody. Melo Munoz was booked into the Dallas County Jail on aggravated assault family violence with a deadly weapon warrant. He also was booked on a warrant for burglary with intent to commit assault related to a separate incident that occurred on August 5th involving the same victim. We will now show the video from the August 7th incident.
La necesito.
Dígame,
Una policía de emergencia.
¿qué es la dirección?
Es 8550 Park Lane.
¿Qué apartamento?
Es que está un señor que le está pegando a mi mamá.
¿En qué apartamento? ¿En qué apartamento?
Ella había levantado una denuncia contra esa persona, pero ahorita...
¿Usted vive con ellos?
No, yo vivo aparte, pero ahorita él está pegando afuera en los parqueaderos, afuera de los apartamentos, no lo deja,
¿Cómo se
no
llama?
las deja, creo que tiene un cuchillo.
¿Él trae cuchillo?
Sí, se llama Isidoro.
Isidoro.
Thank you. Bravo 220, I got one running. Hey, get off of her. Get off of her. Get off of her. Get off of her. Dude, don't make me shoot you. Get off of her. Got one at gunpoint. Get off of her. Get off of her. Shots fired.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Luis Mata, portavoz del Departamento de Policía de Dallas. Voy a empezar con el primer incidente. Estamos aquí hoy para discutir dos tiroteos que involucraron a oficiales y que ocurrieron la semana pasada. Esto marca el 9º y 10º tiroteo que involucra a oficiales este año. Comenzaré con el incidente que ocurrió el jueves 6 de agosto. Aproximadamente a las 9 de la mañana, los oficiales respondieron a un robo en curso en el estacionamiento de un negocio ubicado en la cuadra 3500 de la calle Sunnyvale. Los investigadores determinaron que la víctima estacionó su vehículo Porsche blanco fuera del negocio mientras su hija de 9 años permanecía dentro del vehículo. Un hombre, posteriormente identificado como Renard McFadden, de 39 años, llegó en una Ford F-150 robada, se acercó al Porsche, amenazó a la niña mostrando que estaba armado y le ordenó salir del vehículo. La niña corrió dentro del establecimiento para alertar a su madre. Cuando la víctima confrontó a McFadden, él nuevamente indicó que estaba armado antes de robar el Porsche y huir del lugar. La Ford F-150 fue abandonada y posteriormente se confirmó que estaba robada. La víctima proporcionó a los oficiales información de ubicación en tiempo real del vehículo robado a través de la aplicación de rastreo del vehículo. Oficiales de múltiples divisiones, unidades encubiertas y Air One coordinaron esfuerzos para localizar el vehículo y detener al sospechoso de manera segura. Aproximadamente a las 10:10 de la mañana, los oficiales localizaron el vehículo robado en la cuadra 5800 de Williamstown Road. Los oficiales uniformados iniciaron una parada de tráfico, mientras un oficial encubierto posicionaba su vehículo sin distintivos frente al vehículo para evitar que el sospechoso abandonara el área. El oficial encubierto salió de su vehículo con su arma de fuego desenfundada y se dirigió hacia un jardín residencial cercano. El oficial Celso Rocha disparó 4 veces en dirección al oficial encubierto y a McFadden. El oficial Rocha reconoció que el individuo era otro oficial de la policía de Dallas. Posteriormente, McFadden salió del vehículo robado y se entregó. Ningún oficial, el sospechoso o miembros del público resultaron heridos. Los investigadores recuperaron una pistola cargada dentro del vehículo robado. Se están examinando como parte de varias investigaciones en curso sobre delitos violentos otras pruebas adicionales recuperadas del vehículo. McFadden enfrenta actualmente cargos por uso no autorizado de un vehículo, robo y posesión ilegal de un arma de fuego. Los detectives también están investigando cargos adicionales relacionados con otros delitos violentos en curso de esa investigación. Ahora el siguiente incidente. Este segundo incidente ocurrió en la mañana siguiente, el viernes 7 de agosto, en un complejo de apartamentos de la cuadra 8500 de Park Lane. Aproximadamente a las 6:50 de la mañana, la policía de Dallas recibió una llamada al 911 sobre un altercado de violencia familiar. La persona que llamó informó que Isidoro Melo Muñoz, de 37 años, estaba armado con un cuchillo y agredía a una mujer con la que estaba teniendo una relación de pareja. El sargento John Arnold fue el primer oficial en llegar a la escena. Al acercarse, el sargento Arnold observó a Melo Muñoz correr hacia la víctima y comenzó a agredirla. El sargento Arnold dio órdenes verbales a Melo Muñoz, pero Melo Muñoz no obedeció. Melo Muñoz apuñaló a la víctima varias veces y huyó de la zona armado con un cuchillo. El sargento Arnold disparó una bala hacia él. Melo Muñoz continuó huyendo y escapó de la zona. Más tarde, se recuperó un cuchillo a lo largo del camino que el sospechoso tomó mientras huía. El Departamento de Bomberos y Rescate de Dallas trasladó a la víctima a un hospital local con 2 heridas de arma blanca en el abdomen y una herida de arma blanca en la espalda baja. La víctima fue sometida a cirugía y posteriormente fue reportada en condición estable. Mientras los detectives entrevistaban a la víctima y a los testigos, supieron que el incidente comenzó antes de que el sargento Arnold llegara. Los investigadores determinaron que Melo Muñoz confrontó a la víctima cuando se preparaba para salir al trabajo. Testigos informaron que Melo Muñoz le impidió salir y la trasladó a diferentes zonas del complejo de apartamentos mientras estaba armado con varios cuchillos. Los investigadores recuperaron 3 cuchillos en la escena. Tras el tiroteo, la policía de Dallas desplegó recursos adicionales para localizar a Melo Muñoz, incluyendo nuestra unidad de drones y la unidad de fugitivos. Los detectives obtuvieron una orden de arresto contra Melo Muñoz por agresión agravada, violencia familiar con un arma mortal. El sábado, 8 de agosto, Melo Muñoz ingresó a una tienda de conveniencia en la cuadra 6700 de Abrams Road, donde fue localizado y detenido. Melo Muñoz fue ingresado a la cárcel del condado de Dallas con una orden por agresión agravada, violencia familiar con un arma mortal. Hasta el momento de la investigación, no hemos encontrado evidencia que indique que Melo Muñoz ha sido impactado por los disparos del sargento Arnold. Ahora voy a abrir el foro para el jefe. ¿Cómo?
Let me be very clear. If you choose to commit a violent crime in Dallas, we are coming after you. We will find you, we will arrest you, and we will hold you accountable. In these cases, we are talking about a 9-year-old child being threatened during a robbery and a woman being stabbed multiple times. This kind of violence is unacceptable in our city. Melo Munoz ran from the scene after this woman was stabbed. He was found the next day, arrested, and he is now in custody with an ICE detainer. These are the 9th and 10th officers-involved shootings this year. We take this seriously. Every critical incident is an opportunity to examine what happened, strengthen our training, and get better. We will never stop holding ourselves to a higher standard. But make no mistake, our officers are confronting violent offenders every single day, and we are going to continue taking those offenders off the street of Dallas. And to our community, we need you. If you see something, say something. Don't assume someone else will make the call. Your information could save someone's life. If you are committing violent crime in Dallas, understand this. You can run, but you are going to use every resource that we have to find you. We'll take questions now. Sir. Look, it's a very stressful situation when it's going on, and unfortunately, we are human. We're not robots. We're not perfect. It's something that we want to continue to get better at. It's something that we will train on, and look, it wasn't a good thing. Luckily, no one was hurt, and we're going to continue to get better at it. What do you mean?
So all the covert elements and the patrol elements are all working at the same time. However, we do not know exactly what, if the officer Ocha knew that the covert officer is in front. We haven't interviewed him yet, for sure. So we're not sure what he knew his status was. I can tell you that over the radio transmission, they did make the decision to do a felony traffic stop. We were still reviewing all the dispatch radio traffic, and we haven't talked to the involved officer or the deployment officer in full yet. So we're just waiting. So it's just preliminary. So we don't know exactly the circumstances that would happen at that moment.
I'm not understanding your question. What's ramping up? Oh, multiple shootings. Okay.
Is there any reason behind it? I mean, because this is the first time I've seen it really ramp up.
Well, look, we're going to do everything to keep everyone safe, and if it means an officer has to discharge his weapon to keep everyone safe, that's our expectation, to keep everyone safe in Dallas and also to protect themselves. And in this situation, when you talk about the blue on blue shooting, it's unfortunate. It happened, something that we're going to get better at. But in both scenarios, you had an individual in a car that just robbed someone, stole a car. He also had a weapon that was recovered in the car and committed a crime with a 9-year-old kid being there. And then in the other one, you had someone that was getting stabbed, and you had an officer responding and had to discharge his weapon at that time. Look, these are serious things that are going on, and I think the officers are doing a fine job of trying to protect everyone out there and keep themselves safe. Well, look, something like that, it's fluid, and we train on it, we talk about it, we discuss it, but that's real time that's happening right there at a second, and split decisions have to be made, and sometimes in stressful situations, you react differently. So I'll tell you, in a perfect world, for me, if the covert officer would have stayed in the car and laid down, it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect.
So the officer should not have gotten out of the car with the weapon going?
Yes, he should have stayed in the car.
Can we get more details on that about the arrest, that he was surrounding the arrest? Was he spotted by a police officer or somebody else?
Actually, no. He himself went to the 7-Eleven on Abrams Road and tell him he was wanted and asked him to call 911. There was another officer, dart officer, in the 7-Eleven, and the clerk told him they recognized the bolo that had went out, and it took him into custody at that time.
Deputy Chief Griffith, you mentioned that there were forthcoming interviews with regard to the first shooting. Can you provide what the current status is with both of the officers in these two shootings? Are they on administrative leave at this point, or what's their status?
So the involved officer is on administrative leave, just as protocol as an officer-involved shooting. The deployment officer is not currently on administrative leave as we speak. So that's kind of what their status is. So we're just waiting to interview both of them still.
With the second shooting, Chief Comeaux, I'm wondering how, I'd love to hear you characterize the use of deadly force there. If you think it was appropriate, one, and then two, very fluid situation with an apartment complex that's full of people, the decision to shoot a firearm in that situation. Do you think that was the right choice?
Yeah, I do believe it was the right choice. I think the officer made a good decision. At that moment, you just had Munoz stab someone, and as he was running away, he still had a weapon, and he could have easily done harm to someone else if he was after just doing harm to someone that the officer witnessed. So I'm fully supportive of the shooting. Look, the bottom line is the officer should have stayed in the car. That's it. I mean, if he stays in the car, we're not having this conversation, and it would have been an amazing arrest because you had someone calling 911, you had units close enough to be able to track them, get them in custody. It would have been perfect.
Is the covert officer on leave pending some sort of internal affairs investigation at this point?
We're going to look at everything that happened there. We're going to make it a training video, and we're going to see what needs to be done, and we'll take appropriate actions. Chase has one more. I know he does. All right, we're going to leave, Chase, so.
I think just the last one I had was just the search effort in the second shooting. If you could talk about, what that search effort looked like, the technology that was being used, and then, if that ultimately would have led to him being found, right? If you get ultimately turns out there.
Look, I'm going to let Griffin talk a little bit about that, but let's start off with one of the things that helped us tremendously was Ring camera information and just the videos that we can get. And so this should be something that everyone should understand in Dallas. These cameras really serve to help us solve crimes. We were able to immediately put a picture out of the suspect to let everyone know, hey, this guy's out. And if you saw him, we put out there, call us immediately. Because if he's willing to do that, no telling what else he'll do, how many other crimes he'll commit. So just the technology of being able to put cameras out there. Look, we had drones up, and then we started contacting our federal partners, and they started helping us locate him through various technology that we have. And so if you want to add anything.
Sure.
Griffin.
So immediately, we started receiving information about where his possible locations are, where he may go, and actually, we got a 911 call about a possible location where the suspect is. We brought in our fugitive unit to start looking for him. So, and using the drones, the helicopter, the CRT at Northeast started canvassing the area and looking for him and going through apartment complexes. So it was a great team effort by the community as well. The community was giving us possible information, and family was where he may be located. And I personally think he felt the pressure that there was nowhere to go and no one was going to allow him to stay there or hide out. And so he felt the pressure, so the next day he came in to the 7-Eleven and turned himself in. So I think that's great efforts by the whole community itself and the Dallas Police Department and their teamwork.
She clearly wasn't giving her car up easily. And he had something else in the other stolen car that he had that he wanted to go back and retrieve, but she wasn't giving her car up easily. I don't know about a tussle, but she was definitely verbal with him. Well, it's something that you never want to happen. And again, we're human, and this is something that we're going to learn from, and we're going to get better. This is something that hopefully will eventually make us a better department. I do believe we are one of the best police departments in the United States, but this just shows that we are human, but it also shows that the level of stress that comes every single minute that our officers out there and they have to make quick decisions. Clearly, what he saw was a person with a gun, and a gun pointed at someone, and he took actions to save who was a felony suspect at that moment. That's what that officer did. The unfortunate thing is, it was just another officer. But that officer was doing what he's trained to do, which was protect everyone out there. Thank you.